What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Okay, so yes, one of my fans asked me, how did my Steak and Shake video go? Or Steak and Shake video, Steak and Shake interview went. It went good. It was, what is a piece? It was good. Let's keep our fingers crossed. So the manager liked me a lot. The manager said he thinks I'd be a perfect fit. He just got to figure out where he can place me. I feel like I always hear that. Because they don't really do greeters anymore. You kind of just walk in and sit wherever you want, and then it's kind of like self-serve now. Like they've changed the Steak and Shakes to how they were when I was younger. So I'm like, okay. But I want to tell you guys something that I did that I was proud of myself. Okay, so yesterday I went to a conference about domestic violence, SA, peace, PTSD, all of that stuff, right? So you guys know my channel is more about learning and telling people stuff and being honest and being like 100 with you guys. And you never know, my story can help someone else that is dealing with that right now, right? So I got up, I spoke about what I've been through, and I was like the only man that spoke. All the other men they had to be like late 20s, because it was from 16 to 20, 16 and up. Those were the age groups, right? So I understand a 16-year-old doesn't really feel comfortable talking about that, especially if they've never talked about it. And the way society is, you're weak if you show that you allowed a person to do that to you. But what I want society to do, I'm sorry guys, Florida's hot again. It keeps going up and down, up and down. What I want society to start doing, okay, and I'm talking about this with a lot of people, is I feel like men should be more in tune with their emotions and stop letting society say that you're weak, because I don't agree with that. I don't agree with people being titled weak, okay? So anyway, so I spoke, I said what I had to say, but I want to tell you guys a story that I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I think I did. So I had this best friend, right? And I've been in a lot of situations, but let me tell you guys this story first. So anyways, my best friend Jeff, shout out to you. I don't even think you watch my channel. So anyways, I met Jeff when I was 15, he was 14. Jeff and me became best friends like super, super fast because he was funny, I was funny. And Jeff just was cool, right? But he came from a divorced home and da-da-da. His parents were super cool. His mom was super cool. His stepdad was super cool. I don't know if I ever met his real dad, but his sister was super cool. And so I always was hanging out with Jeff. Jeff was always grounded. But the thing was, and I love this about me, but I've always done like this. Whenever I would meet, I would meet my friends' parents, like if it was at church, a birthday party, a soccer game, a football game, whenever I would meet the parent, right? The parents would always fall in love with me because I was respectful, I was kind, I was patient, I was nice. I didn't yell, I didn't curse, my pants weren't saggy, I didn't have all these tattoos, I didn't talk disrespectful to women or whoever. And so they would always be like, yeah, Matt can come over. They don't care. Like they loved when I came over because some parents were like pushing me on their kids to teach their kids how to be responsible. And I was like, oh, you were raised right, whatever, right? So Jeff's mother was like that because she was a nurse, or no, she was a doctor. So she worked nights. And so she was never home, and then she would sleep during the day. So a lot of times we would tell my mom that his parents knew, but his parents really didn't know. And so I would just be over at the house hanging out, whatever, right? And so they knew, but they didn't. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, they knew, but they weren't in the home. My mom was the type of person that was like, children should never be unattended because things could happen. And she's right. But we were both like high school kids, right? So anyways, Jeff's dad said, yeah, Matt can come over, blah, 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 blah. But then when he was grounded so much of our friendship because he would never have good grades. And they tried so many different ways to get him to obey, but he wouldn't. So he was just always grounded. So all he could do is go to school, go to church, and go to band practice because he played in the band. He was in the drum line. So he played at all the football games and all the stuff, right? For the state of Florida. And would go on competitions and everything. So anyways, this day, I was supposed to go. So basically what happened was I got dropped off at church because one of the ladies at the church, because I left the church when I left the church. I forgot when I left the church. But anyways, so I got dropped off at the church and I saw Jeff. He came out. He was in there playing in the band. You know, they were having service or whatever. And I was just bored. I just didn't feel comfortable being at the church anymore because they kind of like closed their doors on all of us anyways. So I kind of just was like, you know what? I'm done, because we found out the youth pastor was like stealing money or something. I don't remember what the issue was, but he left, right? So I just kind of felt like pissed because I gave the church like my whole life. I felt like all my teen years, right? I was such a church nerd. So and I was made fun of it too. But anyways, looking back, I would have done it differently. But anyways, so So anyway, so my friend Kyle picked me up. Jeff was jealous of Kyle. He hated Kyle. He thought Kyle was a nerd, whatever, right? Kyle was adopted, so me and him could relate. Kyle was from the Philippines or Vietnam. I'm not sure. But anyways, I clicked with Kyle super fast and his family, right? And Kyle was like super smart. Jeff hated that because Jeff thought Kyle was trying to steal me away and become his best friend. But anyways, so this night, Kyle picked me up. I told Jeff's sister, hey, just, call me when you guys are done and come pick me up or something. Or I just said whatever I said to her. So she's like, all right, but he's going to get pissed. I was like, yeah, I know. So anyways, we go to Kyle's house. We watch the Fast and the Furious. I think it was 3, right? And we're watching a movie. My phone is like literally blowing up. It keeps vibrating. So finally, Kyle's dad was like, turn off the phone. He wasn't mad. He just said, turn it off. So I turned it off. We finished the movie. By this time, it's like 9 o'clock at night or something like that. So I turn it off. We go back into Kyle's room. Back then, Facebook was big and kids weren't allowed to have Facebook. Like Kyle's parents were very strict about it. My parents were too, but they really didn't understand what it was. So I could still like get on Facebook. And so anyways, so we're on Facebook. We're watching whatever. We're watching, we had this friend named Josh and John, who were these 2 white kids that were already basically being like bloggers back then before YouTube was big, and they were viral. If they would have kept going, they probably would have been famous. But anyways, we were watching their videos that we were in. I was in a lot of their YouTube videos. To this day, I don't even know if I could find those. But anyways, so Jeff shows up, he yells at me, he screams at me, he slaps me in the face, drags me to his car, and then he says, we're going to my house or something like that. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So then Kyle's like about to call the cops. I said, just leave it alone, it's fine. He could just tell that this was nothing new. No, it wasn't. I mean, Jeff did so much to so many people. And I was like, if I was white, I'd probably have so many bruises because I remember being punched in the face. I remember being slapped. I remember being dragged. I remember being kicked. I remember and it just was a lot of flashbacks to my childhood of all the abuse that I went through then too. And I think I was just so numb to it. And I remember getting to his house and I remember coming in the house and his mom hugging me and being like, hey, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. But she could tell something was off because I wasn't my happy, loving, joking self. I was just really quiet. And then she's like, are you okay? Are you tired? I'm like, I'm good. What most abused people do. I'm good. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. Everything's okay, right? Because he was like standing right there like, I wish you would say something. So then I meet his brother. His brother's like super, super cool, funny. But Jeff's sister knew what was going on. She was like, I know he just beat your ass, didn't he? I know he did. I was just like, what do you mean? She's like, do something. She's like, I won't get mad at you if you put your hands on him. 1, you're bigger than him. 1, you're stronger than him. Beat the hell out of him to shut up, because she was like, this is a trend with him. He does this to a lot of people. So I was like, I know. But she's like, no, you love him too much because he's your best friend. And she's like, you let people push you all over. And I hate that. That drives me crazy. She's like, that's why I'm mad at you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So anyways, that was that situation. So come to find out. So anyways, I spend like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I go home Sunday after church, right around 8 o'clock. And when I'm leaving the church, all my friends are there. My friends were like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like your eye looks swollen. Like you could see inside my cornea, like on the side of my eyes, it was bleeding because I don't know what happened, but he scratched something. And my eye was starting to swell, but you couldn't really tell. And that's why I said, if I was white, you would know I had a black eye. We turn purple. I'm sorry. Like literally we do when we're bruised. So I remember being like, oh no, I'm okay. So then I remember the youth pastor was like, hey, Matt, can you come in our office? We want to ask you something. I'm like, yeah, why not? Because I worked at the church. My job was keeping the door open, greeting people and whatever. So I go into the church's office and I just took off my Steak and Shake sticker. I haven't had Steak and Shakes for like 2 years ago. That's so funny. So anyways, I go into the office and I'm like, sit down. They're like, sit down, sit right here. I'm like, you did nothing wrong, sweetie. You did nothing wrong. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, all right. So it's come to our attention that someone has been putting their hands on you. And we know you're too nice and we know you're not going to do nothing, but we don't stand for it. We've known this person a little bit longer than you because, you're still new to the church. This time it was like 2007. And so they're like, and I've only been in Florida for 2 years. So they're like, we've known this person for a while. And so we just want to tell you that this is wrong. This person should not be putting their hands on you. This person should not put their hands on anyone. But come to find out, what I didn't know was, so there was this girl named Tiffany, or Tatum or something like that, right? And she was really funny, really pretty, really, really, really funny. And she had like the biggest crush on Jeff, but Jeff didn't like her, right? Jeff was dating my little sister, Kirsten, who wasn't technically my little sister, but I called her my little sister, right? Because her family basically like adopted me anyways. So I'll never forget whatever her name was, Tiff, definitely, whatever. She went and said, or no, she was white, right? And she had fair skin. She bruised super easy like I do. So I guess when we went, this was after we went to our, when we had a sleepover or something at the church, whatever we had, it's called a lock-in. You stay overnight at the church and have fun. It's for high schoolers or middle school to high school. So anyways, he kept punching her when they were playing stuff in the band and whatever. And he just was very rough with her. And I guess she came home and her mother flipped out. Her dad flipped out, said, who put their hands on you? They thought she was being abused. They contacted the church. The church had a meeting with her, his parents, and I guess I was brought up or something. And I didn't even know that Tiffany knew that was happening to me too. Because she said, because my nickname in the church was Biggie. Everyone said I looked like Biggie. So my nickname was Biggie. The parents hated that. They called me Matt. But I let the kids call me it. I didn't care. I didn't see it as a mean thing. It just was like, okay, I'm a rapper that died. So what? So anyways, so Tiffany must have said, hey, he's abusive to Matt too. But a lot of people don't know. Or he's abusive to Biggie too. But no one knows that. So that was why they called me in the office and was like, hey, we had a complaint. Someone told us that someone's putting their hands on you. We don't think this is right. We've talked to this person. We think you should tell your parents so you can go get checked out to make sure nothing's wrong with you. And I said, no, I'm good. I said, because when you're in a domestic situation, a person will threaten your family and other things. And I was like, no, I'm not saying nothing. I'm good. I'm not, I'm going to leave it alone. And to this day, I wish I did say something because I don't know what's happening to him. I don't know what he's doing. I just think that I try to save people. And I think that that's the problem because with my son's mother, it was the same thing. She was never physically abusive to me. She just was emotionally abusive to me in so many different ways. Like she had me anyways. So, but there was so much different abuse. And then recently, honestly, so anyways, so we basically just, we cut ties. We weren't friends no more because his parents found out. His parents were like, they told me to stay away from him. They said, you did nothing wrong. Just, we don't want him hurting you. And then I have to tell you guys another story of what really ended our friendship. But no, I can tell you guys. Okay, so what happened was, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to think what happened. Oh, I remember. Okay, so he was dating my sister, Kirsten, right? And they broke up. And he found out, I forget something. He found out something. I don't remember what it was. He calls me, cussing me out, screaming at me, sends me this long text. At the time, I couldn't read it. So I had my friend Kyle, who was my friend. He was jealous of Kyle. That's what happened. He's like, you're always with Kyle and da-da-da-da-da, and you're never hanging out with me. And so at this time, it's like 2007. My brother just got married, 777, on July 7th, the day 7 and the year 7. So I went up to Ohio, and so I was gone for like about a month and a half. He flipped out. He was so angry that I left and didn't tell him. My sister said, he doesn't own you, 1. 2, something's wrong with him. And 3, no. And so they were just like, whatever, forget him. So anyways, so he broke up with Kirsten. I was friends with Kirsten. Kirsten and me were talking. He found out or something. And then he said, no, I know exactly what it was. I know exactly what happened. Okay, so he had this secret that no one knew at the church, right? Only I knew. And Tiffany and him were on the same band, right? They were in the same band. So I was talking to Tiffany one day and we were talking and whatever, and we were just having fun or whatever. And we were hanging out. And Tiffany we were talking out and she was like, yo, is it true that he had his first kid or something like that or whatever it was? And I was like, I didn't say yes, but I didn't say no. Because I was angry at him for putting me in this situation because my mom knew, his parents knew, the church knew, everybody knew. And I just felt like I was such a weak person because I let him put his hands on me. And so I was like, people are not going to respect me. So I was just like, I didn't say yes and I didn't say no. So she must have ran back and told other people and it got back to Jeff. And Jeff was like, oh, so you're telling my secrets now. Now I can't trust you no more. And I was like, bro, I didn't say nothing. He's like, yes, you did. I'm like, no, I didn't. And he's like, you didn't tell her yes or no. So technically you said something. I'm like, that's such bullshit. So he was like, I don't want to fucking be your best friend no more. Da, 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 da. So at the time when the text came through, I was with my best friend Simone. And so Simone read it, and Simone was like, you know what? Fuck him. You don't need him no more. You got me. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I ended up just staying best friends with Simone and Kyle. And then Jeff, let me see if I can show you guys a picture of them. So then Jeff did this little sneaky thing where he had his sister call me because he knew we were close. And he had his sister make up some story that she liked this other girl that went to our church and was trying to see if I would say something. And, my dumb butt said something to her. Hey, guess what? Because I loved gossip back then because I watched a lot of stupid girl shows that piss me off now. And so anyways, I didn't do it to gossip. I did it to, I don't know. I thought it was just going to be cute if they got together or whatever, right? Because our church had a lot of gay people. We really didn't have a lot of lesbians, but we had a lot of gay people at our church. So anyways, it got back to Jeff. Jeff found out I was actually going into, I will never forget, we were going into Michael's, me, Simone, and her mom. It was like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night on a Friday. And Jeff calls, I don't ever want to be your fucking friend. You're a liar. You can't keep secrets. This was a test and you failed it and I'm done. Goodbye. And then Simone was like, then why the fuck did he call you? Like, that makes no sense. He's like, he was trying to shove it in my face. But anyways, so that's Jeff, that's Kirsten, and I forget her name. And then that's me when I was at the church. So you guys can see Jeff and Kirsten. But anyways, so we stopped being friends. We didn't talk. And I was kind of hurt by it because I'm like, he was my best friend. So come to find out way later, when we finally do talk again, he tells me all this other stuff that was wrong with him. And I'm just like, okay, that makes more sense. Like, his medication was off and on because he was on medication for for ADHD. And it just made a lot of sense of why he treated me the way he treated me. And he apologized. And then we're cool now. We're just not friendly. We don't talk. He doesn't even live in Florida no more. But I just thought that was interesting, And then I've been in other situations. Like, my sisters told me my mom was abusive to me. I guess I blocked that out. My ex was abusive to me. It's just, I've had a lot of abuse in my life, but just to go and talk about that and be the first man in that group to speak up and not be shy and not be scared and not be like, people are going to judge me weirdly. I didn't give I really did not care at all. I just spoke my mind. I just said what I wanted to say. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do some more stuff like this. I want to travel the world and talk to more people. I really do, because it inspired me to do more. Like, instead of just be stupid and sit there and be like, oh, no. It inspired me to be like, nah, man, I'm not going to let people walk all over people and hurt people. And because hurt people. That's the saying. So I was like, you know what? All these people that have done me wrong, what was their issue? What was going on with them at the time? And so I go back to Jeff came from a broken home. He was super close to his dad. His dad moved away. Then here comes me, and I'm like gullible and stupid and slow and whatever else you want to call it. And he's like, ooh, let me beat the hell out of this kid because I want someone to hit. And so I feel like, guys, this is on June 19th. It's a holiday, but a certain person wants to take it away. So it's not going to be a holiday anymore. But yeah, I've been in a lot of abusive relationships pretty much my whole life. Like, I've allowed people to put their hands on me. I've allowed people to lie to me. I've allowed people to spit on me. I've allowed people to literally beat the hell out of me with whatever they could grab. Yeah, I've been through a lot, and I've come out on the other side, and I'm proud of myself for owning it, being respectful, and not letting those people keep hurting me. You got to be strong. You got to tell yourself, I got to be strong for me, for myself. And I got to be strong for the next generation. So that's why, with my child, I'm like, hold on, I'm trying to find Simone for you guys, but I can't find her. Hold on. With my child, that is why I'm so controlling with him. Not controlling, but literally, I'm so don't mess with my child. That's literally how I feel. I'll go ham for you. I don't play that. Someone puts their hands on you. It's a different story. You're dead. You're basically dead. Just don't let me find out you put your hands on my child or anybody I care about. Because if you put your hands on someone I care about, it's a wrap, dude. Let's go. We're going to fight. So I'm very very like, protective of him. And I'm just like, yo, like, dude, tell me if someone puts their hands on you. Tell me if someone is violent. Don't sugarcoat it. But honestly, I've not had to use that side of me. I mean, a few times, but not for him, just for other people. I cannot find her, guys. I'm sorry. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna get off this phone. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I just wanted to tell you guys that I did a domestic violence seminar, and I actually was proud of myself. Like, I was shocked because the old me would have been shy, and the old me would have been like, what the hell am I doing here? But the new me was like, oh shoot, like, I might have found a new passion, guys. Like, it just felt good because it's like I got a standing ovation when I finished. They asked me to come back and do another one in like 3 months. So the next one is like, I think it's March. No, April. I think it's April. And they were like, yo, like, do you have a podcast? I said, I have a YouTube channel. I have a TikTok. They were like, well, TikTok's about to go, so you probably should start some other thing. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But like, comment below if you guys would want me to talk more about that. Like, do I have any men or women or whoever that are in situations like that where you don't feel safe? Let me tell you, don't go back. Okay, listen. If I teach you guys anything, don't go back when they say that they're going to stop. Don't go back when they say, babe, or whatever they call you. Like if it's a father and child or whatever it is, or girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever it is, right? Don't go back when they say, oh, it never happened again. It happened that one time. Don't go back when, well, it was your fault why I did that. That's bullshit, because it's your fault because you put your hands on them. It's not your fault. It's never your fault if someone slaps you across the face, punches you in the face, throws you to the ground, stomps on you. That is never your fault. Because half the time it's because the house is not clean right, or you did this wrong, or you looked at them a certain way, or you didn't buy the right food, or you're not disciplining the children right, or the food is not hot. Like, it's all that bullshit. It's always something. Or you talked back, or you're not doing this right, or whatever it is, right? Don't go back, because it doesn't matter as much as they apologize to you. It's bullshit. They don't mean it. I've been in so many, babe, take me back. I'm sorry. I love you. It'll never happen again. And boom, it happened again. Or, well, you made me slap you, or you made me scratch you, or you made me pull a weapon on you. Like, I've been in so many situations, and a lot of people are like, how do you stay positive? Dude, I don't stay positive. I'm so frustrated, scared, depressed, angry. Like, guys, I used to be so to the point where if I heard a pop, I would jump. Like, my body just automatically would jump. And people are like, what's wrong with you? Why do you flinch so much? Like, it's just, that's who I am. Like, I just have different triggers. Like, a baseball bat triggers me. A cane triggers me. There's different things that just trigger me. Like, being locked somewhere, that's abandonment issues. Being left somewhere is abandonment issues. Like, I have so many different triggers, but I try to be positive and get through them and uplift people. But I want to talk about the serious stuff too. I know it's hard, but I want to get it out there because you got to talk about it. So anyways, let me know if you guys want me to get more details to that. Let me know if any of you guys are in a situation like that and you want to get out and you're like, Reese boy, how do I get out? Like, I will help you guys the best way I can. I will provide numbers and companies and different things. And my other thing, this is what I see a lot in the crime shows. If the person has got to the point where they put you in the hospital and the woman's like, I have to go back, I have nothing. Bullshit. There are companies that can help you get your life back together. Okay. And if you're in a situation where you feel like, well, I can't do nothing, I never did nothing with my life. They did that on purpose. They do that to you on purpose. They take you, if you're going to school or whatever the hell you're doing, and they're telling you, babe, be home, I'll take care of you. That's them trying to control you. That's them trying to tell you to keep your ass at home, be their maid, do whatever the hell they want you to do, and don't say shit about it. That's exactly what they want you to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I'm almost kind of in that situation right now where it's like, well, he lives there. He can do whatever. He can do all of it. And it's just like, all I ask is for respect. I have no problem to help you. But yeah, just know what you're worth, guys. Literally know what you're worth. And if you don't want to believe me, look it up because it's everywhere. And some of these celebrities that people look up to, right? Listen to their words. Listen to their music. Like, I know you like the beat and whatever, but listen to what they say because some people do it. Like, I'm seeing all these pictures and I know I say this a lot, but guys, I'm seeing all this different stuff about Justin Bieber and it just makes me so sad because it's like, we already lost Aaron Carter, who could have been super, super big and successful and all that stuff, but he let drugs and all that other trauma in his life destroy his life. Justin Bieber has a baby, dude. You would think that was a hello, ding dong, but I get it because I was in the same situation. to get healthy, dude. He looks so sick again like he did in 2014. It's like, I knew all of that 2015, all that bullshit. I knew it was fake. I knew it was fake. I think his team made him do that because they wanted his money. You notice he's unfollowed everybody. He's fired people. He don't have certain people around who used him for money, dude. Like, they don't want me in Hollywood. They don't want me in Hollywood because my mouth is going like this and I'll probably end up dead. So they don't want me in Hollywood because I don't like seeing people being taken advantage of. That is mentally ill, dude. He has a lot of trauma that he's probably will never talk about at all. I mean, he's done a few music videos and stuff, but I'm like, you're still like surface level. You need to go into deep. Like, they don't want me in Hollywood. You see how they're trying to shut up Wendy Williams, who talked a bunch of on people. They don't want me there, dude, because I'm going to go in. I don't play that game, dude. I will go in deep to whatever your secret is. And hell, whatever they got on me, bring it out too. Like, I don't care, but I ain't going to sugarcoat it. But let me shut up and get off of here, guys, because this video might not go up. It's 25 minutes long. But yeah, hit me up if you guys want to talk about stuff. If you're in one of those situations, there is a hotline that you can call. Please call that number. Please talk about it. I will probably try to link it below if you guys need that number. All right. I love you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I'll be back with another video. I couldn't find Simone. I'm sorry. But, and my son and me want to do the world's hottest chip challenge. I'm scared because of my heart. And plus, I don't know if I want him to do that because you never know with his issues too. So we'll find something to do this summer, guys. We're going to do some fun videos. So, but I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Be good. Bye, guys. Yeah, I love you guys. Bye.